thank you. This is CTD Among Blacks. Thank you for joining us. I'm happy, and wherever you might be listening, I hope my smile, my laughing can be contagious to you. I hope whatever you're doing today, you can listen to somebody like me. My voice can be able to make you laugh. Now, why am I laughing? I'm laughing because I'm live on CTD Among Blacks. A lot has happened in my life within a couple of weeks. Starting this dream of bringing awareness between African and Black people. You know, um, when I start, it was a dream where I thought it's just gonna be easy, but a lot has been put to test, and seeing myself back again doing this, coming online, make me smile. So that's one of the reasons why you saw me just smiling right now. So my name remain Oyebanji Akins, and you can call me DJ Fresh, and you can call me Fresh. And we're live, like I said, on CTD Among Blacks, and I just want to do this for 2 3 minutes. I want to say special thanks to all my friends, to my wonderful friend that reached out to me all the way from Germany. I'm not going to mention his name. I really appreciate it because everything you said made me to realize I'm on the right track towards this dream, and I can't wait to have you, on the channel too, because we already have something going on with that. And to all my uncles and brothers in London, through my director, that you want to tell your story. We can't wait to have you too, and I hope you're listening to this episode. And to all my family and friends back home in Nigeria, I want to say thank you because I've been getting a lot of response back to, and I think you guys might not understand that those little words that you're saying keep me going to realize I'm not just, just wasting my time. And to all my friends and family in the United States and Houston precisely, I want to say thank you to everybody, reaching out to me, encouraging me, and telling me not to give up on this dream. You guys might not understand like everything you're doing subconsciously is giving me more confidence to realize I'm doing something that every one of us can be part of the history. Because it's not about me right now, it's just history making. Um, Talking about the fact of bringing awareness between African American and African is something huge that we don't really talk about a lot. And this channel is about that purpose. And I've come across people telling me, saying, "Oh, are you trying to make us all become the same? Oh, you think you're the one that can change this? Oh, you think you're the one that can make all this happen?" And one thing I've been telling people all around is, no, I'm not even trying to fix it. I'm just trying to bring awareness by every one of us trying to contribute. For anywhere you might be listening, share with your friends and family. Somebody that doesn't understand or doesn't have someone to, having someone like me that can tell the story, that can tap into their head, that can, understand their own way of life. And for us, like me being privileged to live in the United States, to be able to understand this culture, to be able to give you all the credit we're supposed to be able to understand our language disconnection, to be able to understand that you guys eat a lot of mashed potatoes, and that doesn't mean it's bad, and to be able to understand like people like me, we eat fufu, things like that. And I've been opportune to travel a couple of places around the world too, and it's not just United States; it's happening around the world. Black people find it so hard to always want to relate with one another. And it's something I think we need to bring awareness to the world. Not for our own generation to be fixed, and hopefully we could fix it, but to be able to create awareness for our next generation coming. Because a lot of us don't have a master plan in trying to understand ourselves, to believe that we are one in respect of where you might find yourself. There's something that connects us, our skin, our color, how we look, how we do things, even though we might be having different languages. And that's what we're trying to bring up this channel. And for you listening, for you watching, anywhere you might be, if you going through a lot right now, I hope you can connect to what I'm saying. I hope um, I'm being able to give some answers to some questions you don't even know how to ask someone. I hope I've been able to get your attention to want to listen to what I want to say. And with that being said, I'm not sure, maybe I mentioned this to this my wonderful friend in San Antonio. Madam, I thank you very much. I got your review. I'm so blessed, and I hope you're watching this. I just wanted to let you know. Thank you. What I want to discuss today is just something to bring awareness to how Black people live our life. And I'm going to use a story about a lizard. And the reason why I want to use a lizard is something we don't even, see often or we don't even talk about that. And the story, I know some people might know it, but I'm telling in my own version of how I see it can help our life. And what am I trying to say is, lizard loses tails often and often. Is one of the creature God has created that loses tail, and when it loses tail, it grows back. That's the one thing people don't know. So that's what I want to use to tell us today. So please, whatever you're doing, if you're cooking, if you're driving, if you're just laying down in your house, if you're walking, if you're in your workplace, or maybe you're running at a park, or maybe you're driving, or maybe you're on a bike, I hope you could connect to what I'm about to tell you. Because it's something, if you can tap into it, it's going to change how we see ourselves and how we can live a better life. And what am I trying to say is, lizard loses tail, and when it does, I've been experienced to see when a lizard loses tail. For a couple of seconds, the tail is going to keep dazzling around, jumping left and right before it loses whatever it is. And there was one time I questioned myself, like, does the tail have some kind of another spirit or soul that stays in it for a couple of seconds? But I couldn't get the answer. But at my age now, I think I was able to figure out some story behind it. And the story is this: when lizard loses tail, it will keep going. But when you look at the lizard, it doesn't have that tail anymore. And what I'm about to tell you might seem kind of difficult for you to understand. So please, I hope you can understand my English. I hope my accent is that clear for you to understand, because I really, really want you to understand this place. See, in our lives, sometimes we're the tail, sometimes we're the lizard, in different various of how we might live our life. So I want you to get this back. I will talk about the tail, then I'll come back to the lizard itself. Sometimes when the life of people, maybe our workplace, maybe our friends, maybe our wife, maybe, your husband, your kids, anything that you might find yourself you're doing. I'm talking about you being the tail right now. And what I'm trying to make you understand is sometimes you need to give yourself a break. Sometimes you need to relax. Because there might be a time you're going to be lose out of that thing you're trying to struggle with. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't do what is right. But always have it in your mind that you are replaceable. I don't care whatever you're doing, you are replaceable. And one of the way you can be replaceable is death. And God hasn't given nobody the chance to know when that one is going to come. But sometimes it might be, we might help it in making that happen fast. And part of the reason is how we live our life. Are we taking care of our health? Are we just going after this dream we want without trying to check ourselves out? Because I'm a living witness of that. And that's one of the reasons this episode is coming late. But what I'm going to focus on is about people in our life, or you, that you feel like you're the best version of everything, that you can't be replaced, that without me this thing is not going to go, that without me they can't do this. I must be there. I'm the only one that can do it. Always remember, lizard loses tail, and when the tail lose, nobody remember about the old tail. So I don't care whatever you think you have in your life. Always live it in a humble way. Don't be carried away about the mission or the vision or the power God has given to you. In any way you might find yourself, don't let your position get over your head and you think you are not unreplaceable. Don't feel like without me they can't do this. Without me I'm the only one. Sometimes you need to spend time with your children, with your wife, with your family, but you make your job so big you don't even want to create time for them, which is not right, because there will be a time you will not have the power to do all those things. So that's that about till. And all I'm trying to make you understand is don't feel too big in any way you find yourself thinking you are not replaceable. We are all replaceable. Every living soul is replaceable. So for anywhere you find yourself, always remember yourself, like, if you feel like you're going too deep in a way you feel like it's getting over my head, feeling like I'm the best person, I'm the best version, it's always for a while. So leave that position well by leaving a good example into the life of people around you. That is one thing they can hold on to. Build a relationship, build love, build integrity, build a reputation where your name will be remembered for life. Because there's going to be a time you will not be there to do nothing. And to all our heroes that will not mention no names, we know them today and reckon with them. because they live a life where they are not so caught up in their tail, but they're living a life where we can talk about it. And now talking about lizard itself. So I want you to imagine me and you being a lizard right now. There are sometimes some people will come in our life. They will position themselves so big in our life that we know without them we can't do nothing. When we sleep, we talk to them. When we wake up, we talk to them. There are these people that keep our vision, our dreams, everything going. It might be your parent. It might be your lover. It might be your co-worker. It might be your therapist. It might be your pastor. It might be your preacher. Anyhow you want to call them. There's going to be a time they will go. And when they leave, please do yourself a favor. Don't dwell too much in that pain of losing them. Don't dwell too much in that pain of, I can't live without these people. Because there was a time a lizard has a tail and it lost it. And it's going to grow another one. So for anywhere you find yourself, maybe you have a business, maybe you have a job, maybe you have in your love life, maybe your parent, maybe your kids. I want you to see them if you lose anything that's so valuable that you think you can't do without. The pain is going to stay there. The mark is going to stay there. But God have a way of regrowing something in our life that sometimes we don't even remember our past pain. So to all my wonderful sisters, brothers, mom, dad, uncle, aunties, niece, cousins, lovers out there, I hope we can learn from this story about the lizard. In both ways, we belong. How do we position our life whenever those things happen to us? When we find ourselves being the tail, do we remind ourselves by saying, I can be gone tomorrow, so let me live the right life. Let me live a good example. Let me build a relationship. Let me leave a footprint where somebody can remember me. Not because I have to do it, but I'm doing it for the next generation to be motivated to do right things. You understand? Not just doing it, but the footprints will leave will give a road and a map for the next generation to follow. So for every impact we do in anybody's life or generation or organization or anywhere you find yourself, always remember you're not just living that life for yourself. You're living it for the next people coming after you. Your friends, your family, your relative, your kind, your race, your family. So I want you to remember that if you find yourself being a tail in anybody's family or any gathering you might find yourself, live it in a good life. And for you being the lizard like me and you, for anything you might lose in your life, whatever it might be that hold you so much like a pain, it's just always going to be for a moment. So focus on the goal and keep going. Because every time a lizard loses tail, it keep going. He never stay right there. He goes till it grows the next one. And he will lose it again. So for you trying your dreams, you get to a stage you try to give up, you find no way, please don't give up. Go back to it. Even though it's frustrating, go back to it. Because I'm a living witness of that. I read a quote a couple of days ago and I said, it's unfortunate for every human being to realize that the moment you believe in your dreams, God has sent a text message to everybody you're going to use. For everybody that's going to support our dreams. But most of us always get tired at the middle of the road. And what we fail to forget is the moment we get tired, the number that has been given to those people, those angels in human being form, to reach you, you stop using the phone. You drop the phone. Like, I'm done. Now they're calling you on the phone, but you're nowhere around that dream, which is a phone. So they will never be able to reach you. They will never be able to find you. Because I'm a living witness of having a wonderful team of mine. I have people working for me from United States. Some are working for me from outside the city. And they're doing it out of love. I have people helping me out from London. I have people helping me out from Nigeria. And I have somebody trying to help me out again from Germany. Look at those wonderful angels God has created for me, waiting for me to do this. And it took me a while to get to this place. And mind you, I'm still here. There's a lot that's still going on in my life. But I never allow my problems, my tail that I'm losing constantly, to take away this vision and mission I'm trying to preach out right now. And all I'm trying to do is just to bring awareness to Africans and black. Because we know by study we have Africans, we have black in America, we have black in France. And I just want us to understand we are one. We just got to understand it ourselves. So all I'm doing is to bring that awareness where we can be able to sit down and I can have a conversation with you by not being clouded with what I've seen or read online, but be open enough to listen to you and be able to connect you to and understand where you're coming from. So to all my listeners, wherever you might be, you watching me right now, I hope this short message has been able to do something in your life. I hope I've been able to make an impact in your mind. I hope I've been able to change the narrative of how you see yourself. I hope this story about the lizard with the tail, I've been able to give you a new insight of how you see your life. And I hope this episode will be able to, change how you see things and how you focus on your life. And I think that's all I want to say. And before I go, you can follow us on Instagram, CTDamongBlacks, and you can check us on YouTube. It's CTDamongBlacks also. And our website is www.ctdamongbblacks.com. And if you find anything you want to, maybe you want to sponsor us, or maybe you want to help, maybe you feel like you want to donate, or maybe you have an idea you want to share with us, or maybe you have a story that you felt is going to fit for this channel or this podcast, you can reach out to us on ctdamongbblacks@gmail.com. ctdamongbblacks@gmail.com. And this episode you're listening to, we have it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeart Radio. We have all these our episodes there. So if you think this episode has been able to impact your life, please share it with your friends and family. Share it on your page. Repost it on every angle of group you might find yourself. That's going to be a meaningful message for them. Because all I'm trying to do is just to do the same thing about to do to the next person. Bringing awareness to things that we need to know about being black. How we can connect to ourselves and how we can change the narrative of what we think we know, that now we know, and for our next generation to be a better place for them to live. When I moved to the United States, there's a lot I was told about Africans, and there's a lot I was being told about black Americans. But being able to be living here for over 7 years, I've changed everything I think I know, and I've been so glad to be able to be living here because it's a privilege I'm having. It's a privilege and being opportune to be here and live here and to be able to connect with these wonderful people, to know their story, to understand that what I was being told is not exactly that what is going on. And for them to know everything that was being told about me wasn't exactly what is going back home. You can imagine that kind of wonderful connection we're having. And I'm happy and I want to share all this with everybody that won't have the chances to be here right now, but I believe they might. And it's not even about being here, it's about having the privilege of coming across different people and be having open-minded of understanding their story. That's what I'm trying to do. And before we go, I want to run this quick. I want to make a special announcement, and thank you for a couple of sponsors. Starshot, Ola of Houston, is a photographer in Houston, and his office is in Bisonet. We'll try to put his Instagram handle in this video, hopefully. And again, I would like to give a sponsor shout out to Aerialist Global Inc. Is my big bro. He's been supporting for a very long time, and he's a mechanic, and he sells certified used cars, and he's here in Houston. So anyway you might find yourself when you're listening, if you have any family members or relatives that live in Houston, you could reach out to them. They're here in Houston around Bisonet. I can't remember that's bad of me, I can't remember the address, but we'll try to put the address in this video hopefully. And you can reach out to them, and I can promise you will not be disappointed. They do foreign cars and both local cars, and they're wonderful people. And over like 3 years now, 4 years, 3 years I've known him. I've never had any reason to go to dealers to go do nothing, because he will be the one to get me right where I'm supposed to be. And lastly, I've never done this before, but I want to do this episode. I'm not going to mention no names, but I want to say shout out to all my friends. And when I mean my friends, I mean those that have been impacting me on this, my journey of this, what I'm doing. To those in Nigeria and to those in the United States, for your continuous courage of helping me by still reaching out to me, telling me the truth, things I need to know, and guiding me in my right path. To all my wonderful females friend, I'm grateful for all the the vibe that we get, and to my family back home, to my two junior brothers, to my sisters. I want to say thank you very much for your understanding, for your love, because every episode in my life have got me to where I am, and to my wonderful parents, I want to say thank you because you've raised me in the way you think you know, and God has been able to do the rest. And thank you to my country back home, Nigeria, and thank you to United States for giving me the privilege of living in the United States. And thank you to Houston because it's been my home and it's always going to be my home. Shout out to all H-Town and to all my wonderful family and friends, to all my fans, to all our followers on CTDamongBlacks. You coming online, listening to us, watching the full episode and sharing with friends and family, having a review to reach out to us has been wonderful. So thank you very much. My name remain Ofresh. You can call me Oyebanji Akins, and my Instagram handle is Oyebanji_Akins. And we're live right now on CTDamongBlacks, and you can follow us on Instagram too, on CTDamongBlacks. So till we meet, till you listen to our next episode, stay blessed, stay happy, keep smiling, hold on to the story, and don't give up on your dreams. Because somebody's holding on you. You holding on your dreams is affecting the next person. And like I always tell people, it might not make sense right now, but definitely in future it's going to make a lot of sense. Thank you. I'll see you to the next episode. Bye.